Hi everyone, my name is Gabby. Welcome to my channel, Nails in Orbit. Today we are going to be doing Care Bears Unlock the Magic. So they are super cute. I didn't even know this new version existed, but here's an example of like the old version that I'm used to, and then the other Care Bears. There's lots of different Care Bear versions, but we're going to be doing this Care Bear version today, and we're going to be doing 5 of them. So freaking cute. There were so many, of course, we know that, but I had to narrow down to 5, which was honestly kind of difficult, but let's get started. And if you like these videos, don't forget to subscribe and like, and let's go. So we are starting with Harmony Bear, and it was really late at night and I didn't know how many nails I was going to do. I didn't know if I was going to do all 5 or like 2 tonight, so that's why we're going in a weird order, you will see. So first we're starting with Harmony Bear on the ring finger. I thought Harmony Bear was just a really cute color, so that's why I chose. There were so many different bears to choose between, so it took me a while to choose because I was only doing 5, and I was like, I really could have done 10. Like if I did my whole hand, it would have been an easier choice. But anyway, so we're starting with Harmony Bear, and just so you guys know, these are Gelixir nails. I'm still learning, so they look a little crazy. And I don't know if anyone uses the Après gel, like the Après, oh my gosh, what's it called? The Extend gel, but mine gets like a yellow hue. Is that like normal? I'm gonna try the one from Amazon that people talk about, like I think it's Macar. I can't remember the brand, but I'm gonna try that one next and see if it's more clear because I don't like the undertone of my nails. So anyway, I'm using the Après, like the Après nails medium almond, just so you guys know. I feel like I never mentioned that. But we're doing another short set today because, like I said, I have a few interviews and I'm trying to not be like the most extra, you know, even though it's still really extra because the characters basically cover the whole nail, so it's fine. But anyway, so we're just gonna fill in the character like we usually do. I had to mix this color with D&D, just a lot of colors. I used like purple, blues, like all kinds of stuff to get the perfect color that I liked, and we will just continue filling it in. I already loved drawing Care Bears, and this version of Care Bear is so cute. They're even more simple, but they have like the little details. I don't really know how to explain it, but I like the simplicity and the cuteness to this version of the Care Bear. So now that we have all these colors blocked out, we just take our daughter tool. I just do full circles with the daughter tool and then cover them with the color of the bear just to make it easier. I don't want to like make the half circle shape, but you can just make the half circle shape. It's up to you. So that's how I do it, and then I just throw the color on top and we will continue with color blocking. The cheeks on Harmony Bear, absolutely adorable. I just used my tiniest little daughter tool, and this shape was so easy to make because the points of the star were super dull. You guys will see me draw a lot of hearts in this video because all their noses are hearts, and I just do 2 tiny little dots and then connect them to the bottom. That's how I always do hearts. I think that's the easiest way to do hearts, and they come out pretty much perfect every time. And now we're just outlining. Like, see, it's like pretty much simple. Like, I wanted to outline right now because I wanted to make sure I knew where the belly like needed to, the full circle belly needed to be. So I kind of just, I usually color block the whole thing, but sometimes I'll throw the line work in a little bit early just to see if I can't, if I'm not eyeballing the placement of some things correctly, then I'll start with a little bit of line work. But these ones are such good beginner characters. They're so cute. They're perfect to practice your line work because they're just like a clean sweep. And that's what's cool, because they're still adorable and cute, but unlike the other Care Bears are also pretty easy because there's a little bit more forgiveness in the line work, because there are those little like furs on them. I'm so sorry if you can hear my dog, but the furs on them. So the both these different Care Bear versions are a benefit. I like both of them, honestly. I think Care Bears might be my favorite cartoon to draw in any version. I just love them. I just showed my sister this set as well, and she's coming tomorrow to get her nails done, and she was like, I want Care Bears, and I was like, girl, I just made this video, so you need to pick something else. But if she really wanted them, I'd still go into her, obviously. But she picked something else. She picked Yzma from Emperor's New Groove, so look forward to that, guys.
You stare into my eyes and it makes you wonder, is she the one I'll take home? I stare right back at yours and it makes me wonder, why is he here all alone? I love going out to where the music's too loud and where the people surround me. Yeah, here's my best advice, just let me stay in this vibe and never think that you owe me. Yeah, you can talk to me, boy, and you can.
So of course the bellies are absolutely adorable. I'm using my pastel liner collection from Nails by Dev. The colors were perfect, so I just finished drawing the little flowers, and then we're just about done with Harmony Bear.
Moving up close, but that's as far as it goes. I'm not your baby, I might be up for a dance, I might be holding your hand, but that is all I can stand. I'm not your baby, no, you're not gonna get what you came here for. I'm leaving as soon as you ask for more. Yeah, you can talk to me, boy, and you can move in up close, but that's as far as it goes. I'm not your baby. It's getting late, but I'm only getting started. And now they're playing my song. You look at me and think, damn, she's broken hearted. But you could not be more wrong. I love going out to where the music's too loud and where the people surround me. Yeah, here's my best advice, just let me stay in this vibe and never think that you owe me. Yeah, you can talk to me, boy, and you can move it.
Here's Harmony Bear in all their glory. So cute. And now we're gonna move on to, let me check the name because there are so many. So this is Funshine Bear. So we're moving on to Funshine Bear. So I have this yellow, it's Smiley, it's called Smiley by D&D, and it's always helps me get the undertone with the yellows I have because I have such an orangey type of yellow and I want it to be a little bit brighter, so sometimes I add it, but it is really transparent. So I end up having to do 2 different coats for this one. So yeah, we're just throwing on 1 layer for Funshine Bear and getting it color blocked out just like before. So basically I'll talk about the placement because I didn't do that the first time, but the placement of the head. So I basically just make sure I leave enough space for the ears, but I'm pretty much trying to cover the whole nail. I just want to leave enough space for the ears. Have the head be a little less than, I would say, half the nail, like less than half of the nail. And then enough, of course, for the body and a little bit of the legs, but the belly and the head is like the most important. I want to get all of that, but I don't really care about the feet or the hands, basically, is what I'm thinking in the placement to get the character as big as possible, but still showing the details of the belly and the head.
You're not my baby, but I think maybe you reconsider. When I pull up in that brand new thing with the iced out chain and the new chinchilla, and you ain't for the heart when you walked on the floor, you a rude gal Batman killer. But you ain't never did with the boys in the band, with the bands and the bops like Dilla. Love it when you hill up, will up, bring it back, come rewind. Try to have your ex-man back on your line, but I'm a real player, never act like you're mine. Leave you disappointed, you gon' act like you're fine, and I see it all the time, so it's best I let my one dance go to the next man. Cause I ain't even gotta be your man, bitch, I can still leave here as the best man, yes ma'am.
Now that Funshine Bear is all colored in, so I actually did 2 coats, like I said, on the whole body, and then you guys can see, I don't know if you can tell, but I tried to do the little gradient, because a lot of the bears have like a very subtle gradient, and I attempted to do it, but when I put the top coat on, you could not tell at all, so I kept that little detail out, but of course, if you want to add it, you can add it. There was also a lot of bears that had like a whole bunch of colors on them, and I think it'd be really fun to try it and use powder to make that effect, but again, it was like 11:30 at this point, and I was not trying to do that tonight. So we just went with the single colored / subtle gradient bears and kind of ignored that, but it's okay. So this ear method did not work very well with the yellow, so I would not recommend if you have like a really transparent color to do this, because I had to go over it a few times and it turned out fine, but I just do the half circle if it's this light of a color. For this, I used an orange jelly. It was just an easy way to do it, and I thought it looked really good to get this effect. But yeah, an orange jelly color. I use jellies for shading or details whenever I can, so that's my favorite. And now we're going into the line work. And just so you guys know, I am using my 15mm brush. It is my new favorite brush. I also use the 9mm sometimes as well. That's what I was using in most of my videos, but I switched over to this 15mm. I really like it because I get really thin lines. There's a little bit more forgiveness like when you're making long strokes like this, so I absolutely love it. So that's what I'm using, and it's linked down below, of course, and we're just doing the line work. I love the line work on this. This is, again, very good to practice your line work, these little bears, so I recommend. And these bears, I think they're my favorite because there's so many colors, there's so many different ones. They all have different faces and different personalities, so there's just lots of variations that you can choose from, and even if you draw these over and over again, you know, so I think that's why they're my favorite. Also, if you got to this part of the video, tell me your favorite thing to draw in the comments. So to make this part easier, I would get like a glob of, I'm using white liner gel at this point, on my daughter tool, plop it down in the center, and then draw the circle all around that. Or I would use my brush and dot like 4 little dots in a rough estimate area of where the circle is going to be, and then connect all of those. So those were kind of the 2 methods I use, or do both, do the dots and then throw the color in the center. Either way, but I think that's the best way to do their little bellies. And if you have to make edits, just see, I'll show you guys in just a second. I wipe it. There you go. See, it wasn't like the perfect circle to me, so I just took some alcohol on my little brush, wiped it away, and then corrected that spot. I should have used a darker yellow for this because you cannot see this. When I put the top coat on, I'm looking at it literally right now while I film. You cannot see it. Oh my gosh, I have to ask, do you guys, I love reality TV. Are you guys in on the Vanderpump drama? Do you guys watch Vanderpump? Because I absolutely love it. And when I do nails, I just binge watch reality TV. And this, I finally got to the end of Vanderpump because I knew there was the drama. I'm not going to say because I won't spoil it for anyone, but I knew there was drama and I would avoid it at all costs. Like I didn't know what the drama was going to be. And oh my goodness, it was crazy. So if anyone watches Vanderpump Rules, let me know. Let me know down in the comments, or any other reality show, because honestly, I've probably seen it if you mention it. I love reality TV. And there is Funshine Bear looking all cute and finished. And now we're gonna top coat. And then, so I moved over to my thumb because it was very late and I didn't know if I was gonna do the pointer finger and the pinky tonight, or like just not do it until the next day after my interview. So anyway, that's why we're into the thumb in the middle of this video. So I'm doing, one second, the name. This little bear is called Good Luck Bear. So that's what we're doing now. I just mixed like my lime green with a little bit of like not a minty, like a light sea foamy minty green. And I got this color and we're just shaping out the head. All the heads are pretty similar. They're kind of like a bell shape. That's what I would call it, like a bell without the little points of the bell, like a rounded bell, I guess. And that's what we're doing. Did I make him a little bit bigger on the thumb? I think I showed a little bit more of the character on the thumb, but not too much. So we're just doing the same thing we did last time, and I will let you guys watch. Good Luck Bear is another one with super cute cheeks. And how I get a darker color that matches the lighter color is I basically just take that lighter color I have on my palette and put a little bit of a darker color in it. So I'll put a little bit of a darker green, like a little bit, because it goes a long way if you're mixing dark colors into lighter colors, so the tiniest little bit. And then you usually you keep that darker color, but in the same family, like they kind of like go well together basically, instead of just using like a forest green or something with this. And I think it would just be a little bit too stark. So this gets it a little bit closer. So that's a little mixing trick, and all those cute little details are in there. And we're going to start the line work. And I love doing my favorite character on my thumb because I've noticed you see the character, like you see your thumb more than any of the other nails. So I've actually been putting my favorite character on my thumb recently. So that's why. Lucky Bear. Why can I not remember this bear's name? Lucky Bear. Good Luck Bear. Good Luck Bear is on my thumb because green is my favorite color, with a close second being lavender. Fun fact. I had to do some of this upside down. My apologies. It was just too hard. I was cranking my hand to the other side. I guess I could just flip the footage, but you kind of go back and forth. So you guys can just watch it upside down. I'm sorry. I was happy I did his mouth third because this one's open, so I just have to do the outline of it and then the little teeth. So I didn't want to, it was good practice for this little guy. And then I just did the daughter tool eye, and then this same little black line U shape that is on all of our little Care Bears. Good Luck Bear was also a little bit more of a challenge because of the arm inside the overall body. So that was a little bit challenging, but I really just threw on the green on top of the belly and then traced out the hand. So easy peasy. I just like to layer the paint. I don't try to paint around things. Like, I just do the belly and then put the hand on top, and you can't even tell. So I think that's a much easier way. And there is Good Luck Bear all done. Ooh, so cute. The colors on this bear are my favorite by far. So now we're going on to Smart Heart Bear. That's so funny. I just looked up the name, but yeah, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Do you guys remember that? So I'm sure that's why there's an apple on this bear's belly. So we're just going in with this beautiful like pinky red color. I wanted to get kind of a pink in there, but a lot of the nails are kind of like primary-ish colors. So I thought these all bears went together. That's why it took me a while, because I wanted to make sure that all the colors, I mean, all the bears would go together probably, but I wanted these bears to go together because like I was looking at the composition of these four, and then of course the thumb was like off to the side, so it's not that big of a deal, but I thought these colors looked really good together, and we are just doing the same color block as before. This bear is an example of when I would do the line work just a little bit early, because usually I would just throw the face on there. You guys saw like there's different orders for lots of it, but I did the line work just a little bit early because I wanted to make sure I was spacing out the little cheek marks well, because I could tell my arm was like a little bit closer, so there's not as much room on the left side for the cheek, so I just wanted to make sure I had that pretty marked out first before I drew the cheek, and then had to like paint over it and stuff. So we're just doing this line work, and then we'll go back to the rest of the features of the bear. This mouth was definitely the most challenging. You can see I'm coming back in and like fixing things. I did the pink after the line work, then had to do line work again, and then I fixed up with more white on top of all of that if I had any mistakes on there. And then the mouth looks brand new now, so it's totally fine. That's easy ways to fix mistakes if you do have like little tiny smears or stuff like that. Don't worry, just paint over it. And now we're doing the little apple. And you can see this time I did it in a different order again. I didn't draw the whole apple first and then the leg. So it's really up to you. I know I keep going back and forth, but it's really up to you. You don't have to do anything perfectly. Like whatever route you see that is the best route for you while you're drawing it, just trust that and go with that. And try to, I guess, make things easier for you. You'll get better as you go. But even me, sometimes I'll change up my order with things, and that is totally fine. So don't worry. All right, and that's it for Good Heart Bear. So cute. And now we're moving on to our last bear, Grumpy Bear. I knew I had to do Grumpy Bear. I was a little thrown. I was like, Gabby, why would you put blue and blue next to each other? But I think they look good, honestly, because it's kind of like a purpley blue for Harmony Bear. So honestly, it looked great together. So it was fine. It wasn't too much blue in those two nails. So it's okay. So I actually was hustling on this one. It was very late. I think it was like 2:30 a.m. when I was drawing Grumpy Bear. So I made Grumpy Bear a little bit smaller. Usually when I do pinkies, I try to keep the pinky the same proportion, like the same sizes as the other nails, even if I have to cut off a little bit more. I try to keep everything the same size, but I did not do this on this one, and it's fine. But I made Grumpy Bear significantly smaller than the other bears, but I cured it and I just committed and kept going. And another different thing I did with this Grumpy Bear was I used my daughter tool for almost everything, like the color blocking. I was just, like I said, hustling and filling in as quick as I can. So if you have a daughter tool and you like to fill in this way better, this is how I used to start all my characters, is with just filling everything with the daughter tool. You can try that if the brush is a little bit challenging, or you have it's just easier to use a daughter tool. Like I think it's probably easier if like you're used to drawing with pen and paper. Using the daughter tool is a little bit closer to that than using a brush. But yeah, that's another little tip, another little quickie way to do it. But yeah, Grumpy Bear is so tiny. So for the eyes right here, you can see that I use the same technique that I used with the ears. I just did full dots because they are so small, and then just covered the top of the dots with blue, and it gives you that nice little squinty, grumpy look. The line work was definitely a little bit more challenging on Grumpy Bear, of course, just because he is just so freaking tiny, but that's all right. We just go slow, use our little brush, have a little bit of product on the brush, and keep going. More cute cheeks. Oh my gosh, so cute. And now we're starting with a little cloud. So I just used like a medium-sized daughter tool and just dotted around and filled that in. That's the easiest way to do clouds in my opinion. And then some little teardrops. I could have gotten a little less product to make that point on the top of the teardrop better. I have to clean it up later. And then we're doing the little heart nose. And this is how I have to clean it up. I just wanted the raindrops to be a little bit more pointy at the top. And then we fill in the heart, and Grumpy Bear is just about done. And there is Grumpy Bear all finished and cute. And now for the reveal. Look at these cuties. This is, of course, one of my favorite sets. I feel like I say that nearly every time, but I absolutely love them. They are more extra than I was probably going for this week, but you know, I can't. I have to be extra, so it's fine. They either love it or they hate it. But if you guys like this video, don't forget to subscribe and like. Give me any suggestions you have, and I will see you guys in the next one.